The one factor that predicts whether you'll land a new job, start a business, or finally stick to a habit isn't intelligence. It's a hidden, powerful belief system. We'll show you the scientific key that unlocks your potential and guarantees you achieve any goal.
Okay, so let's really unpack this. That statement might sound like a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what? It's backed by decades of serious psychological research. We're always told, get more skills, get more knowledge, but the science is pretty clear. The biggest predictor of your success is actually something internal. It's a very specific and, get this, trainable belief. So today, we're going to break down the exact science of this belief system and hand you the blueprint to build it for yourself.
And here's the name for it. The whole concept is called self-efficacy. Now let's be super precise here. This is not that vague, feel-good self-esteem. It isn't about just liking yourself. Self-efficacy is your belief that you can succeed at a specific thing. Can you nail that sales call? Can you run that first mile? It's basically your personal confidence rating for a challenge. And it turns out that rating is what decides if you even try, and more importantly, if you keep going when it gets hard.
All right, so to really get how to build this thing, we've broken this whole masterclass down into 5 parts. First, we're going to talk about the invisible wall that keeps so many of us stuck. Then we'll get into the good stuff, the 4 sources of power. After that, we'll look at the neuroscience of what we call the confidence loop, give you a concrete 3-step action plan, and finally, show you how it all leads to building predictable success.
So let's start by figuring out the problem. You ever feel stuck? Like you've got the talent, you've got the drive, but you just keep hitting this ceiling you can't even see? Well, that feeling is totally real, and it has a name. It's the invisible wall built by low self-efficacy. And here's the deal. When your belief in your ability to do something is low, your brain defaults to 2 things: chronic avoidance, meaning you never even start, or premature surrender, where you quit the second things get tough. Now, this is crucial. This is not a character flaw. It's a psychological defense mechanism. Your brain is just trying to protect you from the pain of failure. The only problem is that protection also shields you from any real growth or achievement.
Now this is where it gets really fascinating. There's a literal battle happening inside your brain. In the low self-efficacy brain, your amygdala, that's your ancient alarm system, it's screaming, threat! It floods your body with the stress hormone cortisol, which basically shuts down the smart part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex. But in the high self-efficacy brain, that same task is seen as a challenge. Your prefrontal cortex stays online, ready to strategize and solve problems. It's the difference between panic and performance.
So that leads us to the most important question of all, right? If low self-efficacy is like a neurological prison, how do we break out? How do we calm down that alarm system and get our thinking brain back in charge? Well, it's not about just trying harder. It's about having a system, a reliable process to rebuild that belief and just shatter that invisible wall for good.
And that system is exactly what we're about to dive into. These are the 4 sources of power. Don't think of these as tips and tricks. Think of this as an engineering schematic for building absolute belief. This is the core framework from psychologist Bandura, and it is a rock-solid, scientific system for getting psychologically stronger.
So here they are, the big 4. Number 1, mastery experiences. 2, vicarious experience. 3, verbal or social persuasion. And 4, our own physiological states. Each one is a lever we can pull. Let's break them all down, starting with the one that is, by far, the most powerful.
Number 1 is mastery experiences. And I really want you to hear this. This is the foundation. Everything else is built on top of this. It's the most powerful, the most direct, the most undeniable source of belief you have. Seriously, nothing else even comes close. Get this one right, and the rest just amplify it. So what is a mastery experience? Simple. It's the direct experience of success. It's all about engineering small wins to build up a collection of undeniable proof that you're competent. See, your brain can argue with what somebody tells you, but it can't argue with what you've actually done. If you want to believe you can run a marathon, you first have to master the experience of just running 1 block. It's all about collecting that cold, hard evidence.
Okay, on to number 2, vicarious experience, or, modeling. This is all about watching people who are like you succeed. But here's the secret sauce. It works best when you see them succeed through effort and strategy, not because there's some kind of genius. That creates this powerful thought in your head. Hey, if they can do it by doing that, then I can do it too. It takes the mystery out of success.
Third, we've got verbal persuasion. Now, this is not just generic cheerleading. Someone shouting, "You can do it," doesn't really do much. Real effective persuasion comes from credible people, mentors, coaches, respected colleagues, who give you specific and strategic encouragement. It sounds more like the way you handled that objection using that framework was perfect. You're ready for the next one. It's targeted feedback that proves to you that you've got the goods.
And finally, number 4, managing your physiological state. This one is a really cool cognitive trick. We all know that feeling before something big, right? The racing heart, the sweaty palms. Low efficacy interprets that as fear, a signal to run away. High efficacy takes that exact same feeling and relabels it as excitement, as energy, as your body getting ready to perform. You're not scared, you're ready. That simple reframe changes everything.
Okay, so we've covered the what, the 4 sources. Now let's get into the why. Why this system is so darn effective at a biological level. This is where we talk about the neuroscience of success and something we call the confidence loop. When you have high self-efficacy, amazing things happen. It fuels your persistence, it lowers anxiety, it frees up your brain to actually solve problems, and best of all, it creates this self-sustaining upward spiral of achievement. Let's look at how that spiral actually works in your brain.
So it all kicks off with a small win, one of those mastery experiences. You set out to do something tiny, make one phone call, write one paragraph, and you actually do it. Boom! That successful action triggers a release of dopamine in your brain. That's your brain's reward chemical. It feels good, right? It's a little signal that says, hey, what you just did, that was good. Do that again.
But that dopamine hit does more than just feel good. Its main job is to reinforce behavior. It's like your brain is hitting the save button on that action. It physically hardwires the connection between what you did and the good outcome. That dopamine stamp reinforces the belief, oh, I guess I'm the kind of person who can do this. Your brain is literally rewiring itself to believe in you. And that's what closes the loop. That newly beefed up belief makes you more likely to try again, to put in a little more effort next time, which of course leads to a slightly bigger win, which triggers more dopamine, which strengthens the belief even more, which fuels more effort. Do you see where this is going? That is the upward spiral. That is the engine of achievement right there. Okay, theory's done, neuroscience is done. Let's get down to brass tacks, because knowledge without action is totally useless. So here it is, your clear 3-step action plan to start building your self-efficacy right now, today. If you're serious about this, these 3 things are non-negotiable.
All right, the plan has 3 parts, and each one is designed to hit one of those sources of power we talked about. First, the daily atomic win log. That's for your mastery experiences. Second, the High-Efficacy Network Audit. That's for your vicarious experience and verbal persuasion. And third, the Physiological Reframe Drill to manage your state. So let's start with step 1, the daily atomic win log. This is your system for collecting proof. Every single night, you are going to write down one tiny atomic win. Trying to get fit, log, put on workout clothes. That's it. The goal isn't the achievement itself. It's creating an unbroken chain of wins to build your evidence file. Okay, step 2, the High-Efficacy Network Audit. I want you to literally list the 5 people you hang out with the most. Now look at that list. Who's a great model of effort you can learn from? That's your vicarious experience. Who gives you that credible, specific encouragement? That's your verbal persuasion. You have to be intentional about this stuff. And finally, step 3, the Physiological Reframe Drill. Next time you feel that spike of anxiety, I want you to stop, take a breath, and say this to yourself. This is not fear. This is energy being delivered for my performance. Say it again. This is energy for my performance. You're actively relabeling that feeling and turning a threat into an asset.
So let's bring this all home. As we wrap up, I want you to see the big picture here. This isn't just about feeling a little more confident. This is about fundamentally redesigning your future. It's about making success a predictable outcome, not just something you hope for.
This right here, this is the core lesson. Your potential has almost nothing to do with your current situation. It's not about your bank account or your job title. It is dictated entirely by the strength of your belief that you can learn and adapt and execute. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you you're good enough. The power to build that proof is all you, and it starts today.
And with that, I'm going to leave you with a direct challenge. Don't just think about this. Do it. Right now. Decide on the one tiny atomic win you are going to achieve and log before you go to sleep tonight. Make it so small it's impossible to fail. Because that first entry, that's the first brick. So let's just quickly recap this whole masterclass. We've learned that self-efficacy solves that huge problem of avoiding risks and giving up too soon. And why that matters is it gives you a systematic way to build the psychological persistence you need for your biggest goals. The framework, built on mastery experiences and supercharged by the confidence loop, strengthens your belief by giving your brain undeniable proof that you're capable. It's how you free your mind from that fear response. And just remember, productivity isn't about doing more. It's about mastering systems that make focus effortless.